Uh, Here we is. Hello, hello, hello. It's your man D Real, and we getting ready to go live with another live. I guess we're already live, so we're going live with a live. Anyways, um, I'm gonna give y'all a few minutes to gather around, gather in before I go in, because we got a lot to talk about, a whole lot of ground to cover, and not a whole lot of time to cover it. Well, we got time to cover it, but I'm just feeling like we don't have time to cover it. I'm jabbering on. So I'm gonna slow my roll with all of the jabbering. Um, what's been good with y'all? It's Thursday. I kind of look forward to these little tete-a-tetes. Let me turn my loudness down. Excuse me. There we go. Okay, now that's quiet. I don't want to be cramming y'all all day long. I don't even know what to say about that one. People send me strange things. People I know send me strange things. Stop sending me strange things. Um, you know what? I'm a little parched. I need a beverage. I'm going to go grab me one. Y'all enjoy the background, the footage, all of that, whilst I go and get myself squared. And then we're gonna get into all of the stuff we're gonna get into today. We're gonna get into some Kyrie Irving, talking about that to jab or not to jab, and if it matters. We're gonna be talking about some stuff Donald Trump Jr. said about the Alec Baldwin situation. And it is exactly what you would expect someone from that family to say. Uh, Lap dances in the Kentucky public school system. What the? And of course, Recast T'Challa. Now, while y'all marinating on that, I'm gonna grab a beverage. I'm gonna get back at y'all in a second. And I'm back in the building. First thing we need to talk, Ray Smith and my man Theo B are in the building. Was cracking, fellas. Um, the hoodie. I got this in Kansas City. At an FYE of all places. I didn't even know those were still open. I'm like, they don't even make, do they still make DVDs? Do they still make DVDs? The only place I see DVDs and Blu-rays is Walmart. But yeah, I guess they trying to make a comeback because they have a lot of Marvel based stuff in that store. Actually, I got two hoodies out of that store. Y'all saw the other hoodie. I premiered that. But here we are now in the building, just like my man Theo said. Now, let me get this out the way real quick because I know everybody gonna have something to say. But thank you, brother Ray. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, my man. Um, I'm having a bubbly. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, but lots of carbonation. So if I let out one of them all of a sudden out of nowhere belches, um, you know, present. Hey, Mrs. Real is in the building. Also, I don't know how much commenting she gonna do. She just likes to sit back and look pretty, and that's okay too. Um, let's talk about Kyrie Irving, y'all. Um, what we know what the policy is as far as the Brooklyn Nets and the Barclays Center is concerned. You ain't got no shot, you ain't playing. But Has it been made? Are vaxes mandatory across the board in the NBA? You know what? I could probably just look that up myself, couldn't I? Or one of you nice people that are here that are in here with me kicking it can look that up for me. There, because there are people in the NBA that are playing, aren't there? That haven't been vaxxed, or is it just like, are they like zero tolerance now? Because I've been in the Dave and Buster's thing, and I've been doing football, so I haven't really had a lot of time to get into my basketball like I normally get into my basketball. No, it is not mandatory. So why in the heck? Well, why? Yeah, why in the heck ain't they letting that man play? Why can't that man play if it's not mandatory to get the vaccine in the NBA? Why ain't they letting that man play? Simply because he said, nah, I don't want to get the shot, and he was vocal about it. I mean, choices is choices, right, y'all? If I say I'm going to do something and I do it, what the problem is, Cletus? I'm just, my, I don't get it. I mean, this issue has been very divisive when it comes to us in the United States in general. I'm not, again, I'm as my zodiac sign Libra dictates, there must be balance. And in order for it to be balanced, you either saying I ain't gonna get the shot or I am gonna get the shot. In any case, it doesn't make you less of a person, it doesn't make you a dirtbag. But at the same time, if you're not gonna get the shot, and that's fine, mask up, follow the protocols. Oh, it isn't doing anything, no. Yeah, it is. It's making us feel better about y'all breathing on us. I don't know what the deal is. And honestly, it's just like in my field of social work, when I work with people with disabilities have the choice to say, I don't want to do this or I don't want to do that, even if it is detrimental to their health and their life. They have the right to say, I want to continue smoking crack, or I want to continue shooting heroin, or I want to continue messing and carrying on in a relationship with this predatory person who is no good for me and is treating me like dirt and is exploiting me and taking advantage of me. That is my right to be in that situation. My job is simply to talk to them and tell them, you know, you're aware, you understand. I personally don't recommend that you do A, B, and C, but if you're going to do A, B, and C, that's on you, player. That's on you. And that's all we saying with this Kyrie Irving situation. If there are people who haven't had the shot and they playing in the NBA, and there are people who have had the shot and they playing in the NBA, why the hell we messing with Kyrie? I want to see a ball personally because the man got handles. So I mean, what the problem is? I guess that's my prevalent thought about that is what is the problem? I don't understand what the problem is. If that man does, I'm now at this point, I am repeating myself. So I am going to stop. Gentlemen, lady, if y'all got an opinion or y'all got something y'all need to say about that, now's the time. Comments is on every 2 seconds. So y'all can fire off all the comments you like in succession. While y'all are thinking about that, I think I am going to have a sip of this. It's basically just carbonated water with essence of strawberry. Whee! Okay. I'm assuming ain't nobody got nothing to say about Kyrie and his situation. So we're going to press on. This is the segment I like to call Kentucky Lap Dances. Ah, there you go. You want to see him play? I do too. But anyways, Kentucky lap dances. The Kentucky public school system is currently they have pulled teachers and the principal from that school because they getting lap dances from the students. Wow. Okay. It's Spirit Week, is what's going on down here in Kentucky. And I don't know if you've ever participated in Spirit Week or your kids, or you trying to get your kids like right now. My youngest daughter right now is in the middle of Spirit Week. And they got things like out of this world. So you got to dress up or have something on that's related to something out of this world. They have fancy day where they put on their nice fancy clothes and they dress up real nice and fancy. Who came up with lap dance day? Um, I'm not understanding. What is these children's doing these days? Lap dance? And here's the kicker. It ain't female students that are giving lap dances. It's male students giving dressed up like females giving lap dances. Throwback day. I guess they are throwing it back. um, I on what planet, y'all? On what planet is it cool to do lap dancing? I mean, I know, like, I can remember, like, back when I was in school and they had Spirit Day, and it was like dress up like your favorite movie character, and a couple of people dressed up like Superfly and Goldie from the Mac. Now, late 80s, there was still pimps around, and even then they were like, I don't know if that's acceptable. I don't know if y'all should be dressing like that. I don't know. Even back then, they were like, I don't know if y'all should be promoting that. But what that is, first of all, I don't know, and it did not specify what the sexual orientation of the young men dressed up like prostitutes. I don't know. I shouldn't call them prostitutes because technically uh a stripper is not a prostitute. Technically. Um Here I got the article right here from USA Today. And it says disciplinary action taken after student staff lap dance incident. Kentucky superintendent says. Okay. The superintendent of an Eastern Kentucky school district said appropriate disciplinary action has been taken after photos surfaced showing students giving lap dances to staff on Tuesday as part of the high school's homecoming week. As a personal matter, we are not allowed to disclose further information regarding the specifics of the discipline. You're fired? I mean, do I want administrators around my children who think it's okay for guys to dress up like strippers and back it up on them? I know they didn't make no money. I know they didn't make no money. I don't know. For me, how how does that old saying go? If you know better, you do better. And these are grown men and women. You telling me at some point you didn't go, I don't know if I want to see that in my school. I would rather there be, if I'm the principal or I'm an administrator at that school, I would rather there be an incident with the LGBTQ community and me saying I'm not allowing this kid, this male kid, to dress up like this and walk around and depict themselves that way, and it has nothing to do with their sexual orientation, but everything to do with the way your ass is dressed. Period. What Dave Chappelle say? You may not be a whore, but you have on a whore's uniform. What else need to be said about that? If they having problems in school districts with people coming in there with dreads, you telling folks with dreads they can't come to school, but you letting kids come to school dressed like strippers. I think it's time for a sip of the bubbly. Edutainment's what I do. What sense does that make? It inequality, incongruency. Those are things that I hate. Hate. When things are uneven, if you telling me over here it's okay, but in the same theater, in the same area, in the same arena, it's not okay over here. What's the problem? Public school over here. We allow strip teases, but we don't allow dreads. Public school over here. We allow everything. What is that supposed to be? It's the state you play in. I get that, Theo. Different states have different rules, but we talking about the state, the city, right? But we talking about an issue of students. Students. These are high school students. These are kids. They ain't grown. So until they graduate or whatever, what's right and what's not right has nothing to do with what they think. You know what I mean? So the school district says it's okay to dress this way. It's okay. Why my dog looking at me? Why are you looking at me, dog? My dog is looking at me. I don't know if my dog wants me to take her out, but she sure is looking at me like she want to. Guess what, homie? You gonna have to hold it. Yeah, you gonna have to hold it. Now she gonna come in here and give me those eyeballs. You can hear that was her. That's Khaleesi. Come here, Khaleesi. Say hi to the people. Come here. Y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see it. She a good doggy. She a good doggy. She a real good doggy. She a good doggy. You ain't ate no boar bristle brushes today, have you, dear? Okay. Daddy has to do work now, so you got to go over there and hold it. Yeah, go on over there, chill. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the mayor mandated it, but we talk about Kentucky. That's like that's it's like what I Kentucky's like what 67th in education, and you know what I'm saying? Oh, You on the NBA? You talking about the NBA? See, y'all got me. Y'all got me. Slow down. Okay, we on the Kentucky thing. Is that what we doing? We still talking about Kentucky? Um, whose responsibility is it then? If it's not, because obviously somebody somewhere thought that wasn't cool because disciplinary action is being taken. So before disciplinary action was taken, who was it that was sitting around saying this is cool? Because obviously they was getting lap dances. The mayor, the mayor who's also a administrator at the school. Mm, that would explain a lot. Sound like they having issues. Y'all, excuse me a moment. The ladies in my life always want attention. Mr. G, what's good, man? What's good? What's good? We just in here talking about uh students giving lap dances to staff at public schools in Kentucky. What you think about that? Perfectly objective opinion. I would love to hear what you need specifics. Hang on a second. I got you. Oh, I see what you're saying, Theo. It's not the NBA that says he can't play. It's the mayor of New York said he can't play. Uh-oh, we about to have the echoes with Theo. Hang on. My man, what's happening?
Man, you off the air?
No, I'm not off the air.
Damn it, I must be behind because I was trying to say something about the Kyrie thing. I'm sorry. I'm trying to participate.
Oh, you did. I saw your comments, Theo. I saw your comments where you said.
I was just saying it ain't on the NBA as to why he can't play. It's the mayor.
Okay.
So, but I'm gonna come back out. I'm going back. I'm gonna come back in. I'm gonna hang up the phone. My bad.
All right, man. No problem.
All right.
Yeah, that's your boy Theo B. We hanging out. If I hold myself to a higher level of morality, I don't think lap dances from students is good for society. Well, we need to tell that to the school district and administrators in Louisville, Kentucky, because let me get the name right. Hazard Hazard Independent Schools in Louisville, Kentucky. Hazard. Okay. Hazard, like Dukes of Hazard. Word. Okay. So there's a for real Hazard County and Hazard High School. It was on the Hazard High School athletics page, but they done pulled it down. And apparently there were young men dressed up like strippers giving lap dances to staff. On what planet, in what school district is that acceptable? Was they doing it because they thought they could get away with it, or that they thought somebody wasn't going to say anything? Shoot, you got people recording teachers now who are giving their opinions in class and are getting in trouble. So why would they not think something like that would warrant issues and problems? I don't get it. I do not understand. I do not understand. Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, these damn millennials. The same thing. Like I was talking just I think it was last week, the week before, and we was talking about the kids in Olathe, Kansas, thinking it's a good idea to have a sign up that says, "If I was black, I'd be picking cotton." but instead I'm white, so I'm picking you for homecoming. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. I do not understand and I don't want to sound like that old dude saying, "Oh, these youngins and oh, these young whippersnappers," and is it that we ain't mentoring them right, or is it we ain't guiding them in the direction they supposed to go, or is there some other dynamic that's going on? Because I've always said to myself, don't let nobody raise your kids because you ain't gonna like how the way they raise them. School kids spend 30, 32 hours a week in school, give or take 180 days out of the year in most places. Technically, the teachers are spending more time with your children than you are. Therefore, it is just the opinion of D Real that the responsibility of putting certain values in your children rest upon your shoulders as a parent. I know I'm not saying anything life changing or no, I did not hear about the NAACP calling on pro athletes to boycott sport in Texas. No, no, I did not. I don't know why. Perhaps if you could give me some kind of understanding or feedback on that, or why. I mean, I get from a standpoint of everybody saying athletes are role models. Honestly, me myself, I ain't never believed that. They aren't role models. What happens is they become idols, and we start idolizing them. Okay, just because you idolize someone doesn't mean they're a role model. It's not us. Kids have access to information on the internet, more information on the internet than we ever did. We have to be on top of that 100%. I agree. We need to be on top of that. But a lot of people aren't, because you see these kids on social media twerking and doing God knows what else. So I mean, yeah, we really do have to be on that. And I say, me and my wife are real good about checking out what our 14-year-old is doing with her phone and on the internet, making sure it's above board. I ain't saying that is 100% clean, but it's not about making sure it's clean. It's more about putting the values in your children that you want them to have, and how do you go about doing that? Sometimes it ain't about, and I can't believe I'm giving this lesson. I shouldn't be. I might be overstepping my boundaries because I know there are several parents in here. We have to be creative. Okay. And sometimes it ain't always on us to make them kids right. Okay. Yes, Theo, I agree 100%. We have to be locked into our kids. Okay. Some of us, yeah. And funny you should mention parents. I, came to the conclusion many decades ago that a lot of the things my parent did to discipline and raise me ain't gonna work on my kids. First of all, I don't think my kids could stand to get as many whoopings as I got. So yeah, that's out. Plus, whoopings didn't do anything to me but make me be good until the next time I was bad again. Okay. So it needs to be abortion laws. What does the NAACP have to do with abortion? Who said the NAACP had anything to do with abortion laws? Did somebody say something about that? I'm looking. So you ain't. It's not a kid. It's just 100% fast. You have to supplement the education. Um, man. Well, everybody calling right now. 100% facts. You have to supplement the education of the school. Yes, you do. Funny, just some person just called me, was one of the people that said to me, oh, okay, some of y'all, wow, do y'all come in and okay, let me slow down, y'all. Sound like y'all in two different places. I do not know how the live feed goes when it goes. I don't know if y'all pick up where I'm at or if y'all pick up from the beginning. In Texas, the NAACP is calling on athletes to refuse to play for Texas due to the abortion laws in Texas. Oh, I see what you are asking now, Mr. G. Nothing. Depends on how many of those athletes are black, I guess. Has the NAACP ever asked for pro athletes to boycott for black issues? Colin Kaepernick? I know somebody was asking us to boycott the NFL for sure over Colin Kaepernick not getting drafted and him kneeling when he was playing in the NFL. But no, not against transgenders per se. No. And definitely not for abortion. Now, how do we get here? How do we get here? Do y'all know that I also want to talk about Donald Trump Jr.'s remarks while we off into this? Let me give you a resolution so that we can have one since I'm quote unquote the moderator. Boycott athletes in Texas because of their abortion laws and to affect them. Oh, nobody's at fault, G. Nobody's at fault. Nobody's at fault. Let's just plod forward. Okay, I got one for y'all. You're gonna love this one. Okay, I talked about this on my radio show on Out North Radio, the Business Mixer KONR, Out North Radio 106.9 on your Anchors dial, and it's also streaming online. You can go to outnorthradio.com. But there was a discussion we had about Donald Trump Jr. Of course, I know everybody in here knows about the situation with Alec Baldwin and him shooting and killing the young cinematographer lady with a prop gun. Suffice to say, prop guns can still kill people. It's not about how come didn't somebody check to see if it was blanks in a gun? No. If the hammer hits the right way or there's something inside of the barrel, it can send whatever's in the barrel out like a projectile and it can possibly injure or kill somebody. Case in point, your man Brandon Lee back in the day, back in 94, who played the Crow. He ended up dying from a gunshot wound from a prop gun. Anyway, not the fact that Alec Baldwin accidentally killed somebody with a prop gun. Donald Trump Jr. said also made a t-shirt that said this and a meme with Alec Baldwin's face on it that said it. Guns don't kill people. Alec Baldwin kills people. Dang. To me, it was that because I asked myself a lot, and that's what I was asking myself when I first read that statement. Is that his version of a clapback because of Alec Baldwin making fun of his dad all the time on Saturday Night Live? And if it was a clapback, is that the way you supposed to do it? I mean, that well, I guess so. They were making fun of Dick Cheney back in the day when he shot his friend in the face with a with a shotgun when they was out hunting. Um, Alec Baldwin has been saying hateful things about police, guns, and Trump for years, but two wrongs do not make a right. Why lower yourself to that level? Mr. G, I agree 150 freaking percent. Yeah, I mean, Alec Baldwin's actions do indeed place the proverbial foot in his mouth. But at the same time, for me anyway, in that situation, my focus ain't Donald Trump. My focus isn't even Alec Baldwin. Somebody's dead, graveyard dead, and they ain't coming back. And that's Trump Jr.'s jumping on point. But I you know what? I get it. If we, you know what I'm saying? If we going at each other, because man, Alec Baldwin went at that family fiercely during that team. I mean, if you ever watched the episode of Saturday Night Live and Alec Baldwin was on there, it got to the point, man, where it was like, dang, I'm tired of seeing him do Trump. He does him well, but I'm tired of seeing him. Yeah. Yes, when indeed, Mr. G, when indeed are we gonna grow up? And you know what it is? I think too is the commentary because like I've noticed, especially in stand up, because they have a few open mics here in Alaska, and you can go and do stand up and stuff like that. But I've went in there and I've seen people get shredded because they have a viewpoint. A lot like your man, what was his name? Louis C.K. My man got shredded for stuff he did off stage, but at the same time, it's like it's comedy. Ain't comedy supposed to make you laugh? I get comedy being in poor taste. I really get that. But a lot of times I think we're missing out on the point of what people are trying to say, especially comedians and this cancel culture stuff. Why are we all into that? About okay, it's almost like we sit and we observe people and we wait. We wait to see what they're going to say. We wait to see what they're not going to say. And then we just go in, and just, and sometimes even online when folks are trolling, it's almost like you looking for a reason to say something, or you looking Black Jesus, better late than never, big homie. Everybody's in the building. Okay, y'all up in here. Appreciate it. You about you about 39 minutes late, bro. But we have discussed Kyrie Irving. We have discussed Kentucky lap dances in the school district. and we are currently talking about Donald Trump's remarks. Been a real, yeah. I appreciate you, D. Steezel. If that's what you got to do, bro, that's what you got to do. But yeah, make sure you leave a comment. We got to tweak the algorithm. Anywho, yeah, I get it, man. I ain't everybody. I understand if you make it when you make it. It is what it is. So, if ain't nobody else got no more opinions, Mr. G seemed like, yeah, He summed it up pretty aptly. Just I thought that was weird that he thought it was cool to do that. But I mean, I guess long story short, we all raised different. Well, Mr. G, because now they talk about potentially bringing charges against him. So yeah, when we start talking about jail time, you start pointing in whatever. It was him. It was him. It was them. It was Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? You pointing at everybody. Absolutely. Yeah, I get it. It ain't right, but I get it. That's natural reaction to you might do jail time. That's that you looking for everybody to blame except yourself. Um, also, condolences to that young lady's family and her friends for that loss. That is the epitome of tragedy, man. My heart goes out to them, man. I hate to see stuff like that happen. But it did, and we got to deal with it the way we got to deal with it. Theo, what you talking about now? The question is really, out of 24 hours, how many are you spending with your child? Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. Um, okay. Um, I am going to bring y'all to the final rung on this live. And of course, it is a subject that is near and dear to most of us hearts. Of course, it's the Recast T'Challa thing. Uh, and there have been a lot of accusations made. There have been a lot of things said. But I know lately, a name that keeps coming up in relation to Black Panther and T'Challa and all of that is Nate Moore. Nate Moore. What can I say about Nate Moore that hasn't already been said in either my man Sinclair the Wolves videos or my man, I'm just saying with the B's videos. Okay. I got a picture sent to me on my Instagram with a picture of Nate Moore with his wife. And the caption said, Nate Moore, that should say it all. And I guess what they were getting at was the fact that Nate Moore's wife is very, very Caucasian. You can be married to whoever you want to be married to. You can love whoever you want to love. Love doesn't have a color, in my opinion. And it also should not influence your decisions to ignore your own ethnicity. Okay. We talk about redemption for Zemo, and we talking about hey, let's expand on Sharon Carter's story, and we want to do all of these things for these second and third tier heroes and villains and off-brand characters. But meanwhile, your Wakanda forever is a hot steaming mess, but you don't want to change the one thing that will fix it. That's the part I don't understand. Why? And you've already, and I know they done seen the video from Derek Bozeman on December the 8th. I know they've seen that video. And so they know what that man has said. It's like I said in one of my videos, they ignoring it. Okay, plain and simple. But now here's the question I want to ask all my Recast T'Challa folks. And I want you to think about it before you open up your mouth and start talking. Who has the right to tell creators what to do with their creations? I'm gonna wait on that one. I'm gonna wait on that one. I want to see where y'all at. Come on, give me something. Who has the right to tell creators about their creations? That's just something that popped in my head. Okay. Black Jesus says no one. If Black Jesus is right and no one has the right to tell creators about their own creations, is that the reason why the Recast T'Challa movement seems like it's being ignored by and large by the people who need to address it? Because in their minds, they're like, how dare you tell me what to do? I got the rights to this character and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. And now understand what I'm saying. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby created the Black Panther back in 1966. However, the rights of that character belong to Marvel Comics Group and to a lesser degree, by proxy, Marvel Entertainment. So Mr. G says fan majority or nobody. Okay, fan majority. If Mr. G is right, fan majority is what the Recast T'Challa movement needs to become before anybody starts listening. What if your listener starts telling you how to run your podcast? Technically, Black Jesus, my listeners do to a certain degree. They have some say so. Creatively, yeah. I ask people all the time, what do you want to see a video about? What do you want to see a video about? Okay. Ray Smith, I like that response. The creators are dead. The fans who have kept the fire burning for the characters should have a voice. Okay. Technically, Ray, I'm going to disagree with you. Because Christopher Priest, Reginald Hudlin, and Ta-Nehisi Coates have had the most input as far as what went into the cinematic version of T'Challa. A lot of what that was based on the stuff they created for Marvel rather than you get what I'm saying? Yeah, we should have a voice, but I'm gonna harken back up to that last comment that Mr. G made and said fan majority or nobody. Again, I say to y'all, we got to be the majority to be heard. If there's 100,000 of us and the Black Panther has 1 million fans, we got a long way to go before somebody starts listening to what we're saying. United voices are louder voices. Come together right now. Right? Okay. So I'm a solutions kind of guy. What kind of solutions do we need to start applying to raise the attention? And I know I've said this before. I've said this on videos, and I've said this in person. I've said it on the radio. What do we need to do? Okay. Mr. G, by the way, I'm white with these vaccine mandates. I'm getting a tiny taste of government control, oppression, and it's ugly. I understand Black strength a little better and the need to protest. The consumer drives most decisions if the consumer choose to execute that power. Romeo, my man, welcome. Okay, everyone has the right to suggest and request, but you can't demand, because once you demand, folks tend to get defensive and nothing positive gets done. Ray Smith says, yes, but without Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, there is no Black Panther. Christopher Priest did not create the character. I see what you're trying to say. When he was asked to write the story. Okay, so the creators are dead. I hear you. Who has the right to say what direction the Black Panther does and doesn't go in? As Marvel Comics, or whoever's working for Marvel Comics. My point, Mr. Smith, is we need to raise attention to the point where they cannot ignore it. We need to raise attention to the point where there is no question about who the majority is. Because right now, last time I checked, it was only a couple 100,000 people on that petition, or not even 100,000. I think it was like 50,000 on that petition. 50,000 ain't even a third of the fans. Raising attention every day, every way. I got almost like 50 something videos I've done about recasting T'Challa that are out here on the airwaves. That's my part. That's what I'm doing to raise attention. What I'm saying is, I am one person. Theo B is one person. Sinclair the Wolf is one person. Machiavelli Media is one person. King T'Challa 66 is one person. That's one person. See what I'm getting at? To throw a random Eternals reference into the mix, Unimind. Unimind's a lot powerful than a bunch of individual Eternals. You see what I'm getting at? They need to see us standing together. They need to see us united. And people just jump on board with something online anyway. Let this be another thing that they jump on board with. Let this be another trending thing that everybody starts following, like water challenges and climbing on crates and stuff. You know, that's my thought process with it. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking about. We can make videos all the live long day, but if in Marvel's mind they feel like this is ours and you ain't got nothing to say about what we doing, carry on. That's how it feels anyway. Mr. G, D-Real, you're a smart and passionate man. Thank you. If Marvel won't listen, write your own fictional series and cast it the way you want. Not using a copywritten character. That's or you saying make my own fictional series and yeah, I get that, but there's what 56 years, 55, 56 years of history put into a character that is inspired, and I get it. And you know what? You have a very valid point. If they're not, because I know there are a lot of people who have said, I'm done with the MCU. And I know at least a couple of them are here in this feed right now that are done with everything MCU because, well, for a lot of reasons. But mainly, I know because of their treatment, their systematic treatment of villains. You know what I'm saying? A lot of villains are one and done, whereas we got to see Loki over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? We got to see Zemo over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Why? Even Red Skull done came back. Why are all of these villains making a comeback? But there's a few characters that were worth coming back, like Killmonger, for instance. And I know my man Theo B done said something about it in his videos, and I echo that sentiment about, okay, you bring a Zemo back and you want Sharon Carter to have more time and you Red Skull and Loki and they're all over the place. But it's obvious that Killmonger was a pivotal villain. It's obvious that Killmonger had an impact. The best villains are the ones whose causes seem righteous. And Killmonger's was definitely up there in the top 3. Hell, the top 2, if I'm being honest. But we ain't bringing him back either. Ain't Killmonger a villain that deserves to come back? Wasn't he compelling? Wasn't he? I feel like Killmonger was every bit as compelling and interesting and villainous as Loki. We tripping? Yes? No? Maybe? Look here, y'all. I have marinated on recriminating strange things long enough. I want to thank y'all. Ray Smith, I want to thank you for being here. Mrs. Real, I want to thank you for being here. My man Theo B, as always, Mr. G, thank you for playing this week. D Steezel, catch you on the rebound. Romeo, appreciate you. Hey, bro, I still got that werewolf video coming. I ain't forgot about you. And of course, my man Black Jesus, as always, pleasure and a privilege, my brother. I will be back with another one of them other ones. And until I am, y'all be good and be good to each other.